Blessings. Pod Pastor Casey here. They say it's 420 somewhere at all times. Well, it's 420 here right now. And it's always 420 at Cannabis Church, where we use medical cannabis, sacred cannabis, religious cannabis as our sacred sacrament in prayer. And especially right now when the world needs it, on the brink of World War III and everything going on. I'm also drinking some of my Pastor Wellness Heavenly Tea. Got lots of CBD and lots of CBG in it because I need those extra cannabinoids for my own health purposes and whatnot to help keep me out of this wheelchair so that I can make it from my bed to the wheelchair to the bathroom, because that's part of what this cannabis does for me is pain relief. And it's not an apocalypse. First, I'll be talking about this Sunday at church, which I'm testing this out to see if I can go live here for church in the future. I'll be talking about this Sunday sermon is apocalypse with pot instead of an apocalypse. Because why do people act like it's the end of the world because somebody's smoking a little bit of weed, pot, marijuana, cannabis, whatever you want to call it? Just don't call it marijuana. That's offensive and that's a racist term. But here, this is a sacred experience with me. It's not just a medical purpose to help me with my mental focus and my mental health, especially for all we've gone through living through this pandemic and on the brink of World War III and watching humanity suffer and suffer endlessly and needlessly at our own hands. Yet we turn around and blame God. Ridiculous. Right now, in the United States, there's voting rights going on. There's trans rights and LGBTQIA rights, which I fully support those people in their community. So if you are anti that, you do not belong here at Cannabis Church. This is not the space for you, obviously. Because this little plant right here can fix so much of the world's problems. It fixes so much of our personal problems. It can fix our climate problems, because if we don't fix our climate change, it doesn't matter. There's not going to be anything left to fight over, to argue over. There won't be any people left on the planet. A planet that can't support life form. What do you do with that? Nothing. There's nowhere to go from there. And that's where we're headed. There's plenty of life forms on this planet and species that's going to survive. Humanity will not. Life will go on planet Earth. We, the people, will not, unless we free the weed and let my people grow. So that's what I do here at Cannabis Church. This is not a dispensary. This is a ministry. And it's not your mom and dad's ministry or church. I am not your mom and dad's pastor. If that's what you're looking for, there's plenty of those out there. I am not a Christian faith-based ministry. I answer to God only. No church entities, no religious entities, no government entities whatsoever. God's freedom. God's gift. It's been demonized and called the devil's lettuce by greedy people in the past that wanted to demonize it and make it seem like a racist drug, when I know more white people that smoke it than I do any other race, quite frankly. But it was really about greed, and the paper mill industry didn't want hemp to take that over because that would kill the paper mill industry. and the farming industry of trees that we now know has killed our globe, when we can make hemp wood to make houses, churches, homes, office buildings out of. We can make hemp concrete, which is fireproof and mold proof and actually is a zero net carbon brick, better for the planet. It's actually better and more earthquake sustainable than other building materials as well for everyone in California. There is hemp insulation out there to insulate your homes, which will be pulling carbon from the air. You could have a full hemp home that is 100% not just carbon neutral, carbon negative. That's what the cannabis sativa plant does, because that's what hemp is. Hemp is the cannabis sativa plant. It's the same plant. Look up the Latin scientific name of it. It's cannabis sativa. And then industrial hemp can do so much to change this planet and what we think of as medicine moving forward with, all the tincture oils that are out there and available now. I was in a lot of pain when I woke up this morning and used my own holy oil to cook my breakfast in and threw some cannabis butter in there for extra effect to help get in my body, to help with it, to help with my pain management. How pathetic is it that people would rather see me suffer than be able to freely smoke medical cannabis, or have medical cannabis gummies, or use medical cannabis butter, or juice medical cannabis in my smoothies? Because we have now found out, there's been scientific studies and research done that has proved that along, a lot of the stoners aren't going to tell you that part, the along with, but along with the vaccines, so along with getting vaccinated, CBDA and CBGA, which come from the raw form of cannabis plant and hemp plants, help combat COVID. They help find COVID. Can it on its own? Well, bro science and stoner science, someone I'm sure will help try and figure that out. But this research and study said that working along with the vaccine, which I am fully vaccinated, I do both, helps prevent and fight COVID. And I had COVID when it first hit. I had it in the beginning, in the early 2000s. It sucked. And I've had the recent Omicron. And the difference was night and day being vaccinated. So this is a space here on Cannabis Church where we believe in science. This is not an anti-vax page. Hell no. This is not a conspiracy theorist page. If you don't think science has been influenced by God spiritually since the dawn of time, then don't know what to tell you, because that's what I believe. I do believe in science and God. There's room in your life for both. That's why I always knew the cannabis plant was doing more for me than I always knew. I'm not an expert on cannabis. Cannabis, the plant itself, is an expert on cannabis. It genetically knows what we need when we don't even know sometimes. It knows what I need on days I don't even know what I need, whether I'm smoking it, drinking it, eating it, rubbing it on my body, or using it in every form I can possibly get my damn arthritic hands on. I always knew it was doing something for me. And we'll get more and more proof, more and more scientific evidence out there to prove that as the years go. But meanwhile, we need to be planting as much hemp and cannabis as we can worldwide to fix this climate and put the terpenes in the air, to fix the ozone, and to fix this planet and fix our societies. Because that's why God gave it to us. So don't be coming here with your conspiracy bullshit. I had the long hauler syndrome from COVID. It was horrible. It was horrible, horrible, horrible. I wouldn't recommend that and wish that on anyone. And 2 weeks after my second shot of my vaccine, that shit went away. My brain fog cleared up. I could focus better. I could talk better. My dark thoughts that were going on went away. And I got back to my normal health and pain issues that I was dealing with before COVID hit. I'm pretty sure COVID advanced some of that and made it worse. And it's why I've had such the downturn over the last few years with my health. But I lived a damn good life and I don't care because it is what it is. I'm just here to warn you while there's time to change, while there's time to change ourselves and yourself, and especially the laws and the way we think about cannabis and the hemp plant and what it can do for society with clean gas and clean energy and batteries and building materials and clothing and nutrition and medicine. We already know it's medicine. United States government owns a patent on curing cancer with cannabis. They know it's fucking medicine. They already know it's medicine. So it's time to use the plant fully on why it was given to us, on all the other things we can be doing. Imagine being able to locally grow in 120 days and then process that. Local fuel, clean burning fuel. That's not just clean, it's fixing the environment you're growing it in. So it's negative carbon fuel, basically. And that feeds and grows the local economy with local jobs. Oh no, big oil supplies. All that big oil is going away and it can be replaced by cannabis and hemp. New jobs got to be training. People got to be trained. People got to be giving new jobs to convert the equipment, convert cars, convert boats. There's already jets out there running on it. It can be jet fuel. Yeah, there is cannabis jet fuel. It's already being done. So if we do it right, it's going to provide all the jobs and the transitioning for people in those specific jobs now to new jobs in the same kind of field, but a newer, cleaner, better for the environment and world field, and better for the economy and better for people in general. Not to mention, we don't have to ship it across shipping lanes over the ocean anymore. We're literally growing it everywhere locally. Africa can grow their own. China can grow their own. Russia can grow their own. This shit grows everywhere. It's God's gift. Anyway, tune in for Apocalypse this Sunday, maybe live here. We'll see. But anyway, God bless, and may your life be full of rich terpenes and cannabinoids for a well balanced endocannabinoid system. Much love.